Hello and welcome to day 2 of our 8 days of arm balances journey. Today is all about the core. So your core is extremely important in your yoga practice, in your day-to-day life, but especially in our arm balances, the core is a crucial part of these postures. So yesterday on day 1, we talked about our foundations of our arm balances, our hands, and we did some exercises, some stretches to really get the hands, the wrists warmed up. Today we're going to focus on the core, which is really the kind of central part of our arm balance. So even though our weight is on the hands, we're using the arms, it's actually your core that's holding you up in these poses. So today we're going to get to know the core a little bit better. We're going to strengthen, we're going to stretch, and then we're going to kind of wind things down with a bit of breath today. So when we think of the core, we're not just thinking about the abdominals. So we're not thinking about like six-pack abs. We're going deep into what's called the transverse abdominals, which is this deeper layer of your abdominal wall. We're thinking about our obliques, which are these kind of side abdominals here. We're thinking about the muscles of your entire back. We're thinking about your glutes, your inner thighs, your hip flexors. So it's not just the abs, but this whole central area of your body. So we're gonna hit all those areas today as we move through this practice. Let's get started. Let's get onto our backs as we begin this practice today. So laying all the way down onto your mat, bringing yourself to a comfortable position, whatever that feels like for you right now. Relaxing the arms and the legs, perhaps allowing your eyes to close if that feels safe and comfortable for you. And taking these first few moments on your mat to simply arrive here today. Letting go of anything else that has come up so far for you today. Letting go of any distractions off of your yoga mat, any to-do lists or plans to come. And giving yourself permission to be really present right here and now with your body, with your breath. Noticing how you feel as you arrive on your yoga mat today. And beginning to tune in to the rhythm of your breathing. As you breathe in through your nose, can you feel your breath moving down through your chest, your rib cage, into your belly? And as you breathe out, feel that natural release as your navel draws back towards your spine and air moves out through the nose. Continuing to follow this flow of your own breath in and out. Feeling that without any effort at all, there's this natural rise and fall in your body. And as you continue to breathe here, let's get a little bit more intentional with that exhalation. So that now as you inhale, you feel that kind of ballooning of the belly, that expansion through the body. And as you exhale, actively drawing your belly button towards the floor. So we're just taking that natural action of the exhale and kind of exaggerating it. So really hugging the belly button in on the exhale. And try that a couple of times here. Inhale, feel that expansion. Exhale, hugging in. And then if you'd like to try it out, see how it feels to keep the belly button hugging in even as you inhale. Breathing a little bit more into the rib cage. And using your exhale to reinforce that hugging in. Awesome. Now we're going to take that breath. We're going to take that nice strong exhale. We're going to start to add a little bit of movement. So really tiny here, we're going to start to move through the pelvis. So if you're not already there, please start to bend your knees, plant the soles of your feet onto the floor, just about hips width distance apart. So first, as you inhale, start to arch through your back. So tilting your pelvis, pushing the booty down, imagining like you're pouring out this bowl of water. So really feel there's some space there underneath the low back, the tailbone's pushing down. Take another breath in. And as you breathe out, we're going to reverse that tilt. So tucking the tailbone underneath you, pushing the low back down, starting to round through that lower back. Notice how that feels. Really feel the tailbone scooping underneath you. And then with your next inhale, tilting again, pouring the bowl of the pelvis forward, arching through the back. As you exhale, tuck the tailbone, scooping under to press the low back down. Again, inhale, tilting the pelvis forward. And exhale, scooping that tailbone under. Let's do that a couple more times here. This movement can be really subtle. Just noticing how that feels as you move through the pelvic bowl here. Feeling how that even starts to impact the length of the spine, the kind of engagement around your core. And then somewhere in between these two tilts is your neutral spine. So after your next exhale, relax your pelvis, your belly, your spine, and see if you can find that place of neutral. So you're not actively arching, you're not actively tucking, but you're right there in that sweet spot in between. Now with that neutral pelvis, find that breath again, inhaling into the rib cage and exhaling to hug your belly button towards your spine. I like to imagine this as elevator doors closing around the belly button to really help engage the core. So you can imagine elevator doors coming from the sides, from your hip bones, closing in towards center. And then a set of elevator doors from your ribs and your pelvis, again, closing inward towards the navel. So everything is hugging in as that navel pulls back. So really getting in tune with that deeper core here before we even do any exercises, any postures, feeling that hugging in with your breath. So we have the breath, we have the engagement, we have our neutral pelvis. Let's start to add on. Feet pushing down into the floor, shoulder blades anchoring down. Take an inhale, begin to lift your hips any amount off the floor, finding your bridge pose. As best you can, keeping that neutral pelvis, hugging in with those elevator doors. Take another inhale to press up. And as you exhale, slowly lower down. Take your time with this. We're going to move with the breath. Inhaling to lift your hips up any amount. And exhaling to lower down with control. Feel that anchoring down through the feet, through the upper arms as you lift and lower. Now this time as you inhale and rise your hips, maybe you'd like to add the arms, reaching your arms up and back behind you. With your exhale, lowering your hips, reaching your arms down by your sides once again. Just a few more times like this. Inhaling to rise your hips, maybe reaching the arms back. And exhaling to lower down. Really feeling this engagement not only through the abdominals, but really through the glutes, through the back body. Remembering that your core is this 360-degree thing, this whole central area of your body. So really starting to fire that up here. All right, this time as you inhale, lifting your hips to your bridge pose. With your exhale, lower your hips down As you do, lift your head and shoulders up. Find a little crunch, reaching your fingers towards your heels. Then inhale, shoulders down as your hips lift up. Find your bridge. Exhale, hips come down, shoulders lift up. Find that little crunch. 3 more like this. Inhale to your bridge. Take your time. And exhale, lower down, crunch up. 2 more with your breath. Inhale. And exhale, following that flow. Last time here as you inhale, finding your bridge. With your exhale, lower your hips, find that little crunch. And then gently release all the way down onto your mat. Well done. Relax your belly for a moment. Stretch your legs out long. Reach your arms back behind you. And let's find a full body stretch. So in between these moments of strengthening, of engaging, we're going to take some time to stretch as well. Really important for the core, not just to be strong, but also to be mobile. So really breathing down into the belly again. Let's take another inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. Now inhaling here in your full body stretch. As you exhale, hug the navel in. Find those elevator doors and draw that right knee to your chest. Hands come to catch the right leg. Awesome. Gently hugging that leg in. Feel that little stretch through the top of the left hip. Maybe taking a moment to roll through your ankle or move through your right hip if that feels good. Then we're going to start to extend that right leg all the way up to the sky, pointing through the toes and turning in through that leg. So from that hip bone, from that thigh bone, you're going to turn the thigh out so that your heel is pointing in. Arms are relaxing by your sides. Left leg is long down the mat, but super active, pushing through the thigh, flexing through the foot. Now, as you inhale, send that right leg in towards your body. Drop the leg down. Exhale, circle your leg all the way around to the outside and back up. So again, inhaling in and down, exhaling out and up. 3 more like that. So 5 in total. Again, take your time with this, keeping the hips steady, keeping the core engaged, keeping that right leg really strong and steady here. You got this. Exhale the leg out and up. When you get back to the top, keep your leg there. Hands walk to the back of your thigh. As you inhale, lift your head and shoulders off the mat. Exhale, elevator doors hugging in towards your navel. Now maybe here the hands can start to walk up a little bit higher towards the calf, the ankle. At the same time, let's start to hover that left leg off the mat. So now we're making this kind of V shape with the legs. As you inhale, pump your right leg in twice towards your nose. And then exhale to switch your legs. Left leg comes in as the right leg reaches out. Inhale, pump in twice with the left leg. And exhale, switch with control. Inhale, pump in twice. Exhale, switch. Keep that going. All the while, you're anchoring your low back towards the mat, lifting your shoulder blades up off the floor. Just a few more rounds here, this scissor switch of the legs. If you're feeling any pain, discomfort in your neck, you can always grab a pillow or a block and put it underneath your head here. Good. Now the next time your right leg comes in, pause there. Gently release the head, the shoulders, the left leg back to the mat and bend that right knee, hugging it back in towards your chest. Beautifully done. Please stretch your right arm out to your side. Use your left arm to draw your right leg over your body into a twist. So again, another moment to release, to kind of stretch things out. Feeling that sweet twist through the spine. Let's take 3 breaths here. Breathing in through your nose and out through your nose or mouth. Notice how you feel here. Really waking up that core. And let's take another breath in and breath out. As you inhale, slowly come back through center. And let's take a moment here to stretch the right leg long, reach the arms back, find that full body stretch once again. Take a big breath in as you reach out long. Exhale, hug your navel in and draw that left knee now to your chest. So switching sides here as we take a moment to hug the left knee in, maybe roll the ankle, move through the hip if that feels nice. And when you feel ready to do so, we'll extend that left leg towards the sky. So again, everything else is staying anchored down to the mat here. That right leg is super strong, flexing through the foot. The shoulders, the arms are relaxed down. Now pointing through those left toes, let's turn the hip out so that the heel turns in. Feel that strength at the line of the left leg. And let's inhale to circle the left leg in and down. Exhale, opening out and up. 4 more, so 5 total. This movement does not have to be big. We're looking for control here, especially feeling that through the inner thigh. Beautiful. Inhaling in and down. Exhaling out and up. Probably 1 more here. You got this. Coming back up through center now. Left leg pointing straight up to the sky. Hands come behind the thigh. Take an inhale, lift your head and shoulders off the mat, feeling your low back pushing down. And then let's lift that right leg to hover. So maybe the hands climb up now to that left calf, left ankle, helping you to kind of lift the shoulders up as you hug the leg in. Now super strong through that extended right leg. We're going to pump in twice, 1, 2, and switch as you exhale. Inhale, pump, 1, 2. Exhale, switch. Inhale, 1, 2. Exhale. You know what to do. Keep that going. Moving at whatever pace feels good for you. Feeling that however fast or slow you're going, you can keep control. So we're keeping that lift of the head and shoulders. We're keeping that strength and length through the legs. You got this, maybe even lifting up a little bit higher towards the ankles. Beautiful, keep breathing. And as you find that left leg, hold it there. Release your right leg, release your head and shoulders. Bend that left knee in towards your chest. Beautifully done. Extending that left arm out by your side. Let's draw the left leg up and over into our twist. Hips stacked here, shoulders relaxed down as you release through the spine. 3 rounds of breath here. Taking a moment to really notice how your body feels. We're about halfway through the practice. Hopefully noticing a bit of a deeper relationship with that strength of your core here, this real powerhouse that you have within you. Let's take another inhale here. And exhale. Inhaling slowly back to center. Releasing that left leg to meet your right once again. This time we're going to flex through the feet, keep the legs really active, pushing the thighs down. Arms reach straight up to the sky. Now find those elevator doors, hugging the hip bones in, the lower ribs and pelvis together. Let's take an inhale. As you exhale, start to peel your head, your shoulders, your spine up off the mat, sitting all the way up. With your exhale, reaching the heart forward towards your toes. Then inhale, sit up all the way, reaching your arms to the sky. Exhale, release, hands by your sides. Beautiful. Take a moment, shake the legs out if that feels good. Take a big breath in and let it out. From here, let's transition into our downward facing dog. So drawing the legs in, bringing your palms to the mat, remembering yesterday, pushing down through the fingertips as you tuck your toes and lift your hips, downward facing dog. Feel that sensation of lifting through your wrists, through your armpits, and then find your core here, navel hugging towards your spine, those elevator doors closing in around the navel. Take a breath into the rib cage and breath out. With your next inhale, shift your weight forward to your plank, shoulders stacking over your wrists. Start to hover your right foot, off the mat, pointing back through those right toes, finding your neutral pelvis here as best you can. Now let's take an inhale. With your exhale, draw that right knee forward to your right elbow. Again, inhale, reach it back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. You got this. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hug it in. Last one, inhale, reach it back to that plank. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. This time, stepping your right foot to the outer edge of your right hand. Start to wiggle that left foot back as far as you can, and then gently lower your left knee all the way onto the floor, finding your lizard lunge. So taking a moment to kind of stretch into the hips here. Might feel nice to wiggle your hips around a little bit. Maybe even turning those right toes out slightly, letting that right hip open up a little bit more. You have the option to stay lifted up on your palms, maybe coming down halfway onto a block, or perhaps coming all the way down onto your forearms as you find your lizard stretch. So feeling here that you can breathe into your hips, finding a little bit more space there. Remember, the core includes the glutes, the inner thighs, the hip flexors. So really important to kind of get awareness of those areas in the first place, whether that's through stretching or through engagement. And then finding that mobility there. So mobility means not only flexibility, but also strength, stability. So while we're here, let's take another big breath in and let it all the way out. Beautiful, lifting back towards your palms if you're not already there. Please tuck your back toes, lift that back knee, start to feel that power once again in the left leg. Then pushing through the palms, lifting through the navel, step that right foot back to meet your left, you're in a plank. Inhale here. Exhale, lift back to downward facing dog. Take a moment, walk it out if that feels good, dropping one heel then the other. And replacing your hands here, feeling again that clawing through the fingertips, pushing through the L's, and hugging the upper arms in. When you're ready, take an inhale, shift your weight forward to your plank one more time. This time we're going to lift that left foot to hover, lengthening back through the left leg. Inhale here. Exhale, draw in, left knee, left elbow. You got it. Inhale, extend, find length. Exhale, curl it in. Inhale, lengthen back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. This time, inhale, reach back. Exhale to the left elbow, stepping your left foot to the outer edge of the left hand. We wiggle that right heel back, find some length, and then lower the right knee down. So feeling that stretch through the top of the right hip flexor into that inner left thigh. Maybe turning the left toes out if that feels nice. And as you find your breath here, deciding whether you want to stay lifted on the hands, come down halfway onto a prop, or come all the way onto your forearms. Choosing a height that feels comfortable for your body without any strain, without any pain in the body, it's really not worth it. So just go to that place that feels good for you today, and let's stay for a few breaths. You might notice that you feel a lot of sensation in the body here, maybe some kind of trembling, shakiness, maybe some heat built up in the body. That means that you are really doing that work. You're really connecting to your core here. Let's take another inhale in our lizard and exhale completely. Lifting back towards your palms if you're not already there. This time we're just going to slide that left knee back to meet the right. Bring the big toes together and sit back towards child's pose. So take your time as you lower yourself down, melting towards the mat. Getting another sweet stretch into the hips and the back body here as we breathe in and breathe out. Starting to walk your hands towards the right edge of your mat. Let's add a little side stretch here. Keeping your hips heavy, lengthening out. Feel that stretch through the left side waist. Let's take a breath in and breath out. Inhaling back through center, reaching long. And then exhale to walk your hands to that left edge of your mat. Stretching through that right side waist this time. Let's breathe in and breathe out. Inhaling back through center once again. With your exhale, settle into your child's pose. One more breath here. Inhale. And exhale. Moving slowly with your inhale, begin to rise back up towards hands and knees. Bringing the legs back to center, feet in line with the knees. And then shifting your shoulders all the way over to stack on top of the wrists, finding this kind of kneeling plank position. Take an inhale, really push through the hands. And exhale, hug the elbows in as you lower all the way to your belly. Beautiful. Doing a little bit more strengthening work here for the back body, and then we're going to cool it down. So from here, we're going to bring the hands behind the head, elbows nice and wide. So think about hugging your shoulder blades together, lifting your elbows away from the floor. Feet are pushing down actively into the mat. Navel is still lifting up. Same core engagement we've been doing this whole time. Now, as you inhale, lift your head, your chest away from the floor. With your exhale, lower back down to hover. Inhale, lift your chest, lifting the elbows. And exhale to lower. Keep that going. Inhale, lift the chest, keeping the spine long. Exhale, lower. Two more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Last one, as you inhale, lift your chest and hold it here. Nice long spine pushing down. Now hands can stay where they are, or maybe you start to reach your arms back behind you, reaching towards the feet. Again, option to stay right here or anchoring the pelvis down so that you can lift the feet up and find your full locust pose. Nice, hugging everything in as you lift up, keeping this length as you inhale here. Exhale, gently release down. Make a pillow for yourself with your hands stacking one on top of the other. And then bend your knees and start to windshield wiper your feet side to side. Nice little release for the low back there. Hopefully you could feel that activation through the upper back, through the lower back, all these muscles through the posterior chain of your body. Now when you're ready, legs come back down to the mat, hands replaced to either side of your chest, gently pressing yourself up off the floor, and let's find ourselves in a seated position on the mat. Awesome. Bringing your legs into this Z shape here. So let's start with the left shin in front and the right leg by your side. Reaching your right arm by your side, take an inhale, reach the left arm up. And exhale, reach up and over into a side bend. Maybe walking those right fingertips out a little bit more to really feel that side stretch. Letting the hips stay heavy down on the mat. Let's take an inhale here. And exhale. With your inhale, slowly lifting back up through center. Exhale, sweep that left hand back behind your left hip. Push down through your shins as you inhale to lift your hips up. Sweep that right arm open. Relaxing the belly as you stretch into this back bend. Take another inhale. And exhale, slowly lower down. Beautiful. We're going to keep the left leg as it is. Swing your right leg around in front of you so that your left foot can find your inner right thigh. Setting up for our Janu Sirsasana, taking an inhale to lift up tall. As you exhale, reach your heart forward towards your right toes, folding any amount over that right leg. Take another inhale here, lift the chest about halfway, reach your heart forward a little bit more, maybe even bend that right knee. And then exhale, release down once again. Beautiful. Let's stay for 5 rounds of breath here. Staying heavy through the hips, lengthening out through the spine. And of course, feeling that stretch through the right leg. Allowing the pace of your breath to slow down once again. Inviting some softness back into those spaces around the belly, the muscles of the back. And let's take another inhale right here. And exhale completely. With your inhale, slowly rise back up to seated. Take your time. And let's switch sides. So bending that right leg in front of you, left leg comes out to your side in this Z shape. Reaching out through that left arm. Take an inhale, right arm reaches up. Exhale, reach up and over into your side stretch. Really anchoring down through that right hip as you reach out through the right fingertips. And gently turning your chest up towards the sky. Feel this lightness, this expansion through the heart. And let's take another inhale here. And exhale. As you inhale, lifting back up through center, get nice and tall. Exhale, right hand comes down behind your right hip. Pushing through your shins, take an inhale, lift your hips, sweep that left arm to the sky. Stretching through the front body, take another inhale here. Exhale, gently lower everything down. Nice grounding through the hips. Let's swing that left leg around in front, bringing your right foot to your inner left thigh. Sitting up nice and tall, arms stretch up as you inhale. Exhale, bring yourself down over that left leg, folding any amount. Go to your place of comfort today. With an inhale, find that little halfway lift to reach your heart a little bit further towards the toes. And then exhale, fold down. Remembering that left knee can bend a little or a lot. We're looking for that sensation of the stretch without any pain, strain, burning, pinching in the body. And we have about 3 more rounds of breath here on this side. All together, let's take one more inhale here. And exhale completely. With your inhale, slowly rise back up to seated. Take your time. And when you're ready, draw that left leg in. Find yourself in a comfortable seated position. As you settle into your comfy seat, let your arms relax by your sides. And perhaps close your eyes if that feels safe and comfortable for you. Giving yourself a few moments for stillness as we finish our practice today. Taking this time to really notice how you feel. And using your breath to explore through your body. So just as we did at the beginning of our practice, I invite you to bring your attention to your breath. Following this in and out, this rise and fall. Keeping your body, your belly relaxed as you breathe. And as you watch your breath travel through your body, taking stock of how you feel. Noticing this relationship you now have with your core. These feelings around your abdominals, your back, your hips. Perhaps your breath can feel into some spaces that feel a little bit more open, a little bit more light. Maybe you can feel into some areas of newfound strength, of power. Follow your breath and notice how you feel. If it feels right to you, you may even lay your hands on your body, one hand over your belly, one hand over your heart, to help you really follow that flow in and out. And you are welcome to stay here with your breath for as long as you'd like. Perhaps even taking this moment to recline into your Shavasana. And this is where I will seal our practice today. Bringing hands together in front of your heart, gently bowing your head. Thanking yourself for showing up to this practice, for taking this time to connect. And I thank you so much for meeting me on the mat today. Namaste. Be well.